Hello everyone. Today we are going into a new lesson on factoring trinomials. So last week we learned about factoring out the GCF. Yesterday we learned about factor by grouping. Now today we're going to learn about how to factor a trinomial. So that is a polynomial with three terms. So first it's important to know the standard form. Standard form of a quadratic trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c. So I notice that my highest exponent is first, my x term is in the middle, and then my number is last. And a, b, and c are all real numbers. So we're first going to do something that we're going to do at the very beginning of our factoring process, but I want to go ahead and just practice just that part for this video. So this says if ax squared plus bx plus c, I want to first identify what my a, b, and c values are. And then I'm going to find the values of AC, and so that's really A times C, that add to B. So if I multiply A times C, I want to find two numbers that multiply to A times C, but then add to my middle B value. So let's look at that first one. So first one, I have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So I first want to identify my a, b, and c values. Well, my a value is whatever number is in front of x squared. So here, since there's not a number there, that's really a 1. So a is equal to 1. My b value is whatever term is in front of my x. So here that's 5. And then my c value is just that number at the end. And so I want to find the values of a times c that add to b. So I want to do 1 times 6. And I want to find the two factors that multiply to 6, but then add to equal my b value, which here is 5. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and list my factors. Since this is multiplying to a positive 6, I know my two numbers are either both positive or they're both negative. But since they're adding to a positive 5, I know they're going to both be positive. And so my factors of 6 are 1 and 6, and 2 and 3. And so I'm going to look to see, okay, which of these two add up to equal 5? Well, 1 plus 6, that's equal 7. It's not that one. But 2 plus 3, when I add those, that does equal to 5. So my answer here is 2 and 3. Okay, let's try another one. First, I'm going to identify my a, b, and c values. So here, a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 19, and c is equal to negative 14. So that means I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to equal to AC, which is 3 times negative 14, which gets me negative 42. So I want two numbers that multiply to get to negative 42, but then I want them to add to my b value, which is a negative 19. So I'm going to list all of my factors of negative 42. So since it's multiplying to negative 42, I know that one factor is positive and the other is negative. But since it adds to a negative 19, I know that my bigger number is going to be negative. So I have 1 and negative 42. If I add those, that doesn't get me to negative 19. 2 and 8 times negative 21. And that does get me my negative 19. So my answer here is 2 and negative 21. 2 times negative 21 gets me negative 42. 2 plus negative 21 gets me negative 19. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I want you to try and do number 3. The answers you should have gotten were negative 2 and negative 3. When I do negative 2 times negative 3, I get a positive 6. But then when I add them, I get a negative 5.